The first thing I buried wasn't a dream. It was the version of me that believed tomorrow would always arrive wearing mercy. The hallway outside my room still remembers my footsteps. Each floorboard knows the way to conversations I rehearsed but never breathed. I became fluent in hesitation, collecting unfinished sentences like abandoned houses with the lights still burning. Morning always entered through the same cracked window, yet somehow it never found me. I wore exhaustion like inherited clothing, tailored by hands I'd never shaken, passing mirrors that reflected someone living a life I couldn't recognize. My phone held a cemetery of unsent messages, apologies, confessions, questions without addresses. I kept believing distance could protect people from the weather inside my chest. Now realizing silence floods every room it promises to save. The piano lingers. Strings appear like fog over cold water. The heartbeat of the kick drum arrives. Slowly. If the sky could archive every sleepless hour, mine would glow like fractured glass. Not because I survived the darkness, but because I finally stopped pretending it wasn't there. Anxiety never shouted, it rearranged furniture inside my thoughts, moved every exit farther away, hung curtains over possibility, then convinced me the room had always looked that small. I remember laughing at parties while secretly calculating escape routes, watching joy through invisible glass like someone standing outside their own birthday. Regret became an expert sculptor. It carved alternate futures from ordinary moments. One different phone call, one less stubborn goodbye, one conversation held 5 minutes longer. I spent years negotiating with events that no longer existed, as though memory accepted revisions. It never signed the contract. The beat disappears. Only piano, a distant cello, one long inhale. I found an old notebook hidden beneath the loose floorboard. Inside a list written by my younger hands, build something beautiful, make people feel understood. Don't become afraid of your own voice. I stared at those pages like they belonged to someone who hadn't yet learned how expensive hope could become. Then something shifted, not lightning, not a miracle, just a quiet refusal to surrender another year to ghost collecting rent inside a house I was still alive enough to leave. So I opened every locked window, let winter walk through, watched fear scatter like loose photographs caught in unfamiliar wind. For the first time, the silence sounded less like punishment and more like road. Of myself I thought was too damaged to deserve daylight. Together we die. Now every scar resembles a coordinate, not pointing backward, pointing home. The nights haven't grown shorter, I've simply learned the stars are responsible for carrying my future. I am, the road still bends, questions still visit. Some mornings my confidence forgets my address, but now I answer the door anyway. Because courage isn't the absence of trembling, it's choosing movement while your hands are still shaking. If someone hears these words, standing where I once stood, don't wait for certainty. The horizon does never ask permission before changing color. Take one step, then another, until your heartbeat sounds less like survival, more like arrival. When everything familiar collapsed without warning, I thought the falling would define me. I was wrong. The fall only introduced me to the person who could climb. The moon didn't disappear, clouds only borrowed it for a little while. And maybe some lives look exactly like that, not extinguished, only waiting for the sky to become clear again.